I got something for your triumph.
Okay.
I'll cash in my 5 threats for that. How about that?
Oh, no.
As Agate is looking at this beautiful yet rusty mechanical hand, he starts touching it, and there's a little spinner thing on it. And he starts moving at it, and he starts looking at it, and he'll poke it, and it stands up on its fingers, and it starts moving, squeaking. And it no sooner stands than it hops from his forearm to the ground and starts skittering. It skitters towards you, towards Uula, scraping against the ground, and it lifts its pointer finger and points to Uula.
Hello, my baby, you come back. Oh, yes, you are very good hands. Very good. What have you been giving into mischief?
With a death point flip, the ground gets cold underneath the hand, and it turns and starts scampering down the hall, down the stairs, away.
Ulla follows.
I would expect nothing less.
My baby.
Got my dulcimer, I've got my spears.
Do you pursue?
Of course.
Shoving Agate out of the way, Uula and Fossil pursue the mechanical hand as it leaves little icicles as it descends deeper and deeper down the stairs and deeper under Herring Hall. Past stones that have markings on them below the chain where we can hear it scrape up above. Down to a door that's wooden, old, oiled, who's got bars that are rusty, whose contents is dark and liquidy on the inside. The hand runs up against the door and starts trying to clamber up it.
Nope.
The two of you can easily grab it.
I feel like I hold it between the palm and the back of the hand.
Uh-huh.
With like forefinger and thumb, just like out like this.
You never did like things that move when they have no soul.
Because they shouldn't.
No, but sometimes they do. That's what I do.
There is a scone where a torch can be lit. There is a key hanging on the wall out of about 10-15 feet away from the door.
There is a spirit in this hand. I'm going to have to talk to it. I don't like talking to the dead. It's unnatural.
So we grab the key?
No, I'm not going in there without answers first.
Alright, we look in through the bars. Maybe I call out, see if Raleigh. Raleigh, my boy, are you in there? I guess technically it would be Ethan. Ethan was the one without the hand.
Eth was the one without the hand.
Yeah.
Raleigh was the one that was hidden away from people because they were worried about infections and possible madness that would be spreading.
Right, so it makes sense to me that Raleigh's here.
So beyond the rusted door is water?
You can hear water on the inside.
Right, we can't see past it because it's wood.
There are iron bars with a door that you can open and peer into. What's your light source?
The Kanara told me an interesting story. Musically, of course, so sometimes the imagery is not good. But it basically said that Seakelth's hand was found, and that is also how Raleigh lost his hand. So perhaps he is cursed. Perhaps this water person is the person that cursed this Raleigh. Just because I didn't know if I relayed the information, if that's how that goes.
That was perfect. I loved it.
I was asleep when you came back, so no. Also, I didn't tell you that there was a wraith norming about either, because I was asleep when you came back.
Oh, yes, we have no time to talk. These things, Undead show up in the most inconvenient times. Try to get a good snooze. So, but there are bars that we can see through.
Yes.
And
If
I
we
would
have
say
a light source.
my sword is on fire, so...
That's a light source.
I'll tell you what, if you flip one of these light side points, I will let you continue to have the duration of that spell up.
So how many do we have?
You have 4 right now?
Yes, you can have one of them, I suppose.
Thanks.
You have to talk to this thing.
Look into the slots, barely big enough for a person to have their hand stick out. And in the center of this room, you see the reflective eyes of a large man with a large, scraggly beard. His clothing is torn and soiled. He is barefoot. And he puts his hands up to block the light because it hurts.
He has 2 hands?
He has 2 hands. He is a human.
Raleigh.
Yes. Turn the light off. It's so bright. My eyes. Hurts my eyes.
Uula lowers the sword.
Who are you? What do you want?
Raleigh, my boy, it's me, Uula. I have come to see you. Your father told me you were unwell.
I am unwell. I'm cursed. I'm cursed to be in this hole. Have you come to get me out?
I would love to get you out.
Yes.
Of course I would love to get you out. Tell me what cursed you.
I'm a button whistle. What more is there? I'm cursed.
What does it? It's a name. That's a name. The name is not cursed.
Might as well be. What have we got? We have nothing. No family. No future. All we have is torment.
No family. Come on. What about your father and your stepmother? I'm sure they would love to see you well.
Would they? Why?
Your father's
Why?
sick with worry.
Oh, now he worries. When I've become not just like him, a shell of a man. Now he worries. Now that his beautiful bride runs everything, we have nothing. Her family will take it all, and we will have nothing.
What do you mean she will take it all? Your family has helped her. Your father picked a very good woman to be your stepmom.
Yes, I'm sure a bank cofferman will do good for our estate. No, butt whistles will no longer be the stewards of Herring Hall. It'll be the bank coffermans. They will have it all. They will have the trade, and they will have all the banks and lending. They will have all the funds that they never gave to us. They just extended our credit beyond what we could do.
Ulla spits on the floor and be like, I had no idea that they would collect from the people. It seems like information I should have known. But my boy, surely their troubles are different than did these start when she arrived? Or do you know why you have been cursed? Is there a reason? Is it because of this hand brought us to you? Is it has to do with your stepbrother?
What hand? Is there a hand? Oh.
See, yes,
hand.
The hand.
Oh, keep it away from me. I don't want to see it ever again. I don't want to see it. Turn the light off. I don't want to see the light.
It brought us to you.
Of course it brought us here. It wants its revenge. That's what it wants.
Revenge for what?
No, I can't say for what.
You have to say.
It was an accident. It was just an accident.
I'm sure.
He never
Accidents
thought it was an
happen.
accident. But it was just an accident.
Him losing his hand?
Yes. Just him losing his hand.
Or him losing his life.
It was it was an accident when he lost his hand. It was just an accident when he lost his hand.
Raleigh, A guilty conscience can be just as much a curse as anything else.
Yes. I suppose that is the curse. The guilty conscience is the curse.
Did he lose his hand because of another action?
Oh. Well, we were always taught stay away from the chains, but the fish were biting, and we were fishing, and had our drink on, and it was fantastic. They kept us away as usual. They fed us and drank us, and all we had to do was fish. Summertime is a wonderful time. Time of sun, which I'll never see again. Fishing, which I will never taste again. And spending time with my brother, which I will never spend again without him trying to kill me.
What do you mean he tried to kill you?
You're holding him now. Keep him away.
I am not holding him. This is simply just a hand. I made this
keep him
hand.
away. Keep him away.
Well, tell me, did you catch something? Did you catch something that you did not mean to catch when you were out fishing with your brother?
We caught fish, and the fish was a silverfish, and it was old, and we sold it. That's all. We just sold it. That's all.
But you recognize this fish different than other fish, because the word on the streets is that you got a sea kelp,
Eth the sea kith?
The sea kith.
My brother? Yes, I did catch him. I did. That was ours. We were splitting it 50-50, like everything. We were going to spend it together. But he lost his hand, and he wanted more. He wanted to spend it. He thought that just because he lost his hand in our adventure that he would deserve more. He did not deserve anything. My father gave him everything. He did deserve nothing. How dare he be an inheritance to me?
You killed him.
We went fishing, and we caught great amounts.
Did you use your brother as bait?
The question lingers. Did you use your brother as bait? The death point is flipped. The water starts rising at your feet at that question.
Oh.
Icky blackness starts coalescing around your feet. The hand twitches, and the hand twitches, trying to wrestle free from your grip to get through those bars.
Oh no.
Eth, I banished you once, I will do it again.
The hand moves. The icky darkness moves. Inside the cell, Rowley shrinks away from the darkness. He stays in the center of his cell, almost as if the blackness, the tendrils of Eth can't get to him.
So I think that Uula at this point will hold her hand out for the hand. And if Fossil will give it to her, she would like to mechanically observe it to see if there is a way to essentially make it inanimate.
Okay.
I want to know what this thing's made out of. Shouldn't it repulse the dead?
I did not make it to do all these things. This is something new. I just want to make it so perhaps it can't move. You can't move with no fingers, yeah?
Roll a hard mechanics check, which will be 3 purple, and I will...
3 purple. Okay. So...
flip to make it a red, purple, purple.
And I will flip to add another
Upgrade.
yellow. Right?
What is your rank right now?
I have 2 ranks in mechanics.
You will have 3 yellow.
1 success. Or did I need 2 in order to do it?
No, you need just to succeed. Looking at the hand, it is absolutely not what you intended. There is no way that a clockwork device would have sentience. There seems to be something added to your device. Inside there is a fine silver chain, and there seems to be a piece of meat and bone stuck in it.
Ulla would like to take her tools, her pliers,
Uh-huh.
and yank the meat out of it, separate it from the hand.
What does Fossil want to do?
Fossil knows that we need answers. Fossil knows that this spirit is a good way to get them. Fossil doesn't like talking to the dead. I don't like talking to the dead.
But you can?
I can. I know how. I don't like doing it. Will I have to go into death to do it?
No.
Because
You
it's
don't
out
have
of
to
death.
go into death.
Because the spirit is currently manifesting out of death.
Yes. But you could go into death.
No. That's like 2 things that Fossil doesn't like to do.
Do you want to... So you want to speak with the dead. Okay. Do you want to use your... You can use your primal and use sense. You may tap into the creature's mind and understand its thoughts, its insights, and commune with it. Or you may use it to commune, where you can speak with the dead.
I guess to commune.
To talk with. Speak with.
Yeah. So that's 2 yellow and a green for primal.
It will be 1 to cast, and 2 to commune.
Okay. Would the musical aspect of this count as a boost for component casting?
Sure.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. Speak to me, Eth.
What does it sound like when they tap into their primal self and the earth to talk with Eth, the Seakith Wraith?
Fossil's voice takes on a more musical quality, and they pluck at the dulcimer in sort of a commanding tune, sort of like trying to bend Eth's will to meet my own.
With your dulcimer, you strike a note that will have a command. And you strike another to bring it forth. And on your third, you ask your questions.
And then as I'm asking the question, there's sort of a calming tune going on as an undercurrent. Because the Wraith is just a big old bundle of hate and anger, and it's just like, calm down. Just answer some questions, dude.
I like it.
Okay, so questions.
As you think of questions, the Wraith pulls away from around Raleigh's cell and forms before you. It seems to have a tendril that's trying to connect itself with the hand, and it's like it's trying to play with fire by trying to touch it. Each time it gets close, it stings. There's a little crackle. And standing before you is similar eyes to what you saw earlier. The eyes are deep blue, icy, piercing, and yet there's a sadness that you've brought forth by telling it to be calm.
Do you have free will?
I am my own. I am my own. Thank you. I am my own. I am still stuck, but I have not had my vengeance, so I am not my own. Vengeance holds me here.
Raleigh killed you?
Envy? Envy killed me. Jealousy killed me. Selfish, lustful desire for one's own personal gain is what killed me. Cowardice. Cowardice is what killed me. He points a wet stub of a hand towards the cell. My adopted brother. He is what killed me. Open the cell. Open the cell. Break the iron. Let me at him. Open the cell. Break the iron. Let me at him. I'll teach you. I've seen things. Help me. Help me get
In your
vengeance
few
on him.
short months, I'm sure you have lots to teach me.
What is time over there?
You must go to your death. That is the way of things. Raleigh will face justice. You have to let go. One final question. You said you are your own, but not entirely. And there were other dead things that attacked us Not just you. Is there a necromancer about? Or did you just find friends?
Friends are easily bought and sold. But I am not the only one who learned the ways of the necromancer in the time of the living.
Who?
Open the door, break the iron, I will share.
No.
Open the door, break the iron, and I will share.
Just keeps repeating that over and over again. So
As
crazy.
if he's stuck on his vengeance. Open the door, break the iron. I've scratched at it long enough. It's almost there. I've almost made my way through to him.
Uula, does Uula hear any of this?
Oh yeah, no, it's right in front of you.
It's right, yeah.
Okay. So Ulla will say, we will give you peace if you will just give us the answers to what we are looking for.
Yes, I would love peace. Peace. And I will flow down the rivers. I will go along the waves to my ancestors, and I'll meet them who I've never met before.
You will see the family that you've longed to have, longed to know, and never could in life. We can do this for you. You must give us the answers that we seek.
Yes, the answers. The answers are beyond the doors. It is in there. Check around his neck. It's there. The answer is there. Open the doors, break the irons, and I'll be free. And I'll go down the river. Open the doors.
So can I make a negotiation? Can I make a negotiation check? Like, I want my answers first, and then I will have Fossil send them to peace.
Sure.
Right?
Negotiation.
All right. So, what is the difficulty?
The difficulty will be... Oh, it will be their negotiation. What? I'm flipping for it. Stinking. Yeah, it's 1 red.
Okay. And then, can I have a boost because Fossil is conducting this, and so they know that Fossil has the power to
Expel them.
Yes.
Sure. Yeah, I'll give you a boost.
So that is a blue, right?
Yes, I'll give you a setback because you're dealing with the dead, which everybody knows is wrong.
All right. Oh, okay. Well, I am successful.
Do you want to read all? Do you want to read all of it?
I have 2 successes, advantage, and a despair. So,
What would you like your advantage to be?
a boost to Fossil's roll when they go to dispel them.
Eth the Seekith Wraith goes, I was taught from a young age the sound of the sea and the roar of the waves of how to manipulate the dead. Many of us were taught that, but not very many of us had the ability to do it.
Is that what your father meant by his kin that was begotten by the sea?
When I was living, my family were destroyed on the slips when they were destroyed. I was the only survivor of my entire clan that were traveling. Gunter saved me and raised me as his own. The same storm took his family, his first son, minus Rowley. He said, the sea giveth and the sea taketh away, and all he left was with me, Eth the Seekith, to remind him of his past family. And Rowley, of course. Oh, Rowley.
Why do you wish your brother such...
Because he killed me! He took it all. I had nothing. I still have nothing. And he took it all. He took all what little I had. I was gonna leave. I was gonna be something. And he cast it all away.
My friends, you do not see the good fortune that is in front of you. You do not need these worldly things. You are free from this fleshy, watery body. Like you don't need all these things that you used to seek out of. You can have rest. You can have peace. You can have family that you have been longing for.
Yes, you are right. Now I can go with the flow. Now I can go with the flow. You are right.
And as she sort of said that, I build the music, the calming music, and just sort of a soothing, like a lullaby. Go to sleep. Let the waters take you. This seems like a good time to try and expel him.
Yes.
There's just one problem, though.
Oh no.
It's a despair, yeah, I know, it's a big problem. The characters don't know about the despair.
Yeah,
Until you say that.
The despair is the problem. The despair is that Rowley runs against the door and reaches his thin arm from lack of sustenance out and reaches for that hand that you're possessing. And as he reaches for that hand, the piece of flesh and the silver chain separate. The inky black form of Eth the Seekith reels back, and there's almost a gasp as if he is taking his first breath as he's been suffocating underwater, or as we would. But he's a Seekith, but he's still taking his breath. The mechanical hand falls limp, and the inky blackness turns towards Keith, who is now moved out of his ring of protection and is standing before him. And he latches on to Rowley's free hand, and a scream is let out as Rowley's arm is in the inky black.
Oh no. So Raleigh is like part of his arm is in the black.
Yes.
Which is in
Rowley
his cell.
has his arm out of his cell in the inky black and is in agonizing pain as it is in the inky black.
Cut him free.
Oh,
You have a far better weapon for it than me.
Cut him free. Do you mean I should take off his arm?
Yes.
You want me to cut his arm off?
Yes.
After yes, Uula swipes to sever. I mean, it seems fair in Ula's mind, you know.
Hands for hands, maybe the vengeance will be sated.
Maybe it'll be fun. It'll be good. I mean, like, you roughhouse too much, this is what happens. Tit for tat. Alright, so roll to sever arm. Brawn.
You'll be using melee heavy. I assume you will be using your hand and a half sword.
Yes.
To sever
yes,
it.
I will. Can I get a boost because they have outstretched their own hand and it's like in between bars, so that would be like hard to move away. If
Absolutely. I'll give you another boost from Eth the Wraith because he is holding the arm also.
Okay. So...
And you have all the life points, so feel free to upgrade also.
Oh, cool. So then I will also upgrade one green to yellow. All right. So let's see what happens. 2 successes.
Tell me what it looks like when you cut off an arm.
Oh no.
I mean, the sword is flaming, so the wound should be cauterized, right?
Right. Yes. So,
I would...
so as Uula is thinking and seeing all of these things happen and realizing that this darkness is moving forward and up her thoughts go, I must stop this. And also, this feels like a penance, right? Like, Ulla's a working class person, works really hard, and understands that sometimes spoiled children make terrible decisions and quite violent ones. So Ulla feels no shame as she raises, because her weapon can be either one-handed or two-handed, puts two hands on the weapon above her head, and as if chopping wood, comes down quickly and severs the arm as fast as she can.
Raleigh lets out a screeching wail as he pulls his arm through the bars, what remains of it. The stub is burnt. The smell of burning flesh permeates everyone's sinuses and smells. Fossil knows that if anyone was to smell them, that they would smell gross. Raleigh screeches back into the middle of his cell, holding his arm. The inky blackness in front of you consumes what it was given.
Are you sated?
I am sated for now.
Then go.
Roll it.
Component casting and signature spell. Again.
I'm going to flip on you to upgrade it.
Then I'll flip back. 3 yellows.
Dang.
1 blue for component. 1 blue because I really, really just want to see him gone.
I'm going to add a setback because he is just fed on some life force.
Yeah. And 1 purple? No, 1 red. Because you upgraded. Okay.
Woohoo!
4 successes, 2 advantages.
I would love to get 7 successes, because in my brain that means 1 success per river.
That'd be a lot. What does it look like when you help Eth the Seekith, who's a wraith, back to death?
Much like it did before, but this time, since we are sort of surrounded by water and he's more corporeal in form, there's just this added, it becomes more visual. You can see just sort of like a river current that sort of sweeps away his form. And there's just little tiny ammonites in the water as well, swimming along. And I'd like to think that for advantage, there is just this expression of, you see Eth's true living form for just a second. It does look a little passive.
I like that. As the vengeance is shed from Eth's form, you see a violet-colored Seekith with bright blue eyes and red-tipped fins. Eth bows to you, and as the water fades, so does he. The crackle of ice and the clinkle of it dissipates as the hoarfrost melts from everyone's breath, and it goes away. Lying in his spot is a silver chain, a mechanical hand, a rusty mechanical hand, and a small piece of bone. And the wails of Rowley go on and on.
Funeral rites for the bone.
Everyone is taught the pyre spell in Fenrayne to deal with the dead. It is a simple spell that we on Fenrayne use to burn up the remains of the dead so they cannot come back.
So as Fossil does that, I would say that Ulla opens the cell and squats a little bit because the oldest son, Raleigh, is doubled over in pain, and says, "This is more than one deserves for killing a brother. You got off very easy. And now what I expect from you and how you talk about the coffers, you can make this right. Your father will not be here one day, and you will be the one who has this place. You need to quit this drinking and tomfoolery and help the people like your father wanted. And if you don't, well, let's just say that one swipe took your arm. I will take something else from you if you do not stop this wickedness. And then Ulla gets up and just leaves them there.
Fossil just sort of watches this, goes on and listens and nods along a little. And then once Ulla is out of the way, strides forward, grabs Raleigh by the whatever is left of his shirt, and then reaches beneath the collar to pluck out the necklace that Eth had spoken of.
There is in your hand a silver fish whose mouth is open. It is the same type of silver, same type of tarnished silver as the silver chain that was wrapped up in the hand. Within the fish's mouth is a hole, of which there used to be the contents of it. Someone could have put a cork in it, or someone could put a vial in it, but whatever was in it is long gone. All that remains is a fish, which is cold to the touch, which should be warm to the touch since it was against his body.
And is he warm to the touch?
He is warm to the touch.
I think I know why your father can't get warm. Did he teach you? Or did someone else teach you and Eve?
Father never taught me anything. All he taught me was how to drink and carouse and spend money.
What about Ingrid?
Did
she ever try and teach you anything?
She taught me songs as a child, that was all. Just soothing songs to comfort me. She made me go to school and learn, that's all. She spent more time with her daughter than she did anything else. Oh, reading, writing, how to tell, talk about weather and how to invest money, and that's it. She spent more time with her daughter than she ever did with us.
And where is your sister?
I don't know. I've been in here. Last I know, she was traveling in her carriage, doing her mother's business, going back and forth doing trade stuff. She does trade stuff east to west. She does trade stuff east to west. That's all I know.
I know many craftsperson, many tradespeople. I should know her, but yet her name evades my mind.
Oh, her name's Brigit.
Yes, your stepmother mentioned this, but for some reason, maybe it's just weary from the journey.
Yeah, maybe it's just you're just weary. Yeah.
I think you should rest. And Ulla kind of ushers Fossil out and shuts the door and locks it behind her.
Yeah, you can stay in there at least one more night.
Stay in there.
There's a necromancer somewhere.
I think you're right about that. This boy does not seem to know anything about necromancy.
No.
As Ulla and Fossil ascend the stairs up out of the bowels of Herring Isle, Agate turns to the cell. As you two open the front doors, dawn arises, and it's a red dawn that expands beyond, looking east to the sun. The moons shine faintly with the dawn. The smell of fresh air is refreshing.
Thank you for listening to Tales from the Grey Library. Thank you to AJ for running this adventure, and Erica and Amanda for playing it. If you're liking Tales from the Grey Library, be sure to listen to the Otherplace and the Fenrayne Files. The Otherplace follows a new group of adventurers each season as they try to save the world from an apocalypse of the dead. And in the Fenrayne Files, we explore the world even further from an outside perspective, looking down at its history, people, and places. Tales from the Grey Library is produced by Nightcast Creative. For more about us and the other things that we make, visit nightcastcreative.com.